Once, in a far, far land, lived a mystical creature who was omnipotent. It had been 500 years since the era of dragons, or at least that's what had been told to the next generations of humans. Now, things were vastly different. Humans ruled the land. One day, deep in the mountains, something awoke from a long slumber. Something big, something strong, something sealed away for generations. The one dragon that had not yet been defeated by humans. The oldest of the dragon kin. The one who held the title, the All-Father. The All-Father realized his seal had weakened over time. He used his dragon sense to check the surrounding area. Things were mostly the same, but one thing infuriated him. The unbearable number of humans roaming this forsaken land. The race that had once killed hundreds, maybe thousands of his kin. Knowing the race, the All-Father opened his eyes, using the only accessible dragon ability left in his arsenal, the Dragon's Eye. He gazed upon a small village near the mountains where he was sealed, imbuing it with his wrath. The Dragon's Eye unleashed more than just magic. It carried the weight of his powerful presence. For a mortal mind, even glimpse of such being was unbearable. The entire village fell unconscious under the pressure, their spirits overwhelmed by the force of a dragon's gaze. No violence, no trace, just the crushing truth that they were insignificant. The moment he used it, the seal reactivated, trying to suppress the All-Father once more. Knowing this might be his last moment, he gave it his all. But the backlash from the seal cut his power in half and sealed him for good.
In the middle of chopping wood, Siegfried, a retired dragon slayer, sensed something was off. He searched around for what caused this uneasy feeling he had. The moment he looked at the mountain, he was stunned and couldn't move a muscle. Barely standing on his feet, he went around to check if everyone was okay. The gaze from the old dragon had notched out everyone in the village. He looked for those who remained conscious, but it seems he was the only one who had withstood the gaze. Suddenly, a chuckling sound of a baby came from an abandoned house. Siegfried rose to check if what he heard was real. A baby was found, 2 years of age. His name was Layden. Layden crawled out of his room, smiling at Siegfried like nothing had happened. Saying this, Siegfried was dumbfounded. How could a baby laugh in this situation? He mumbled. 5 years passed. Layden had grown into a healthy, energetic child. He loved playing with the other kids in the village, especially games involving sight, like counting how many birds flew over the village or aiming stones at targets. One time, after hunting for dinner, Siegfried crossed paths with the village children playing together. Layden was among them, happy to see Siegfried. He jumped and hugged him. Then, Layden challenged Siegfried to a duel. Whoever hit the most apples would win.
Layden had a reputation for having excellent eyesight, better than an eagle, some said. Wanting to test the boy's skill, Siegfried agreed to the challenge. On Siegfried's turn, one of the kids threw 3 apples into the air. Siegfried flicked his finger. 2 apples were hit cleanly through, and the last one had only its stem sliced off. Shocked by how good Siegfried was, Layden started sweating. But then it was Layden's turn. The kid threw 3 more apples. Layden took a deep breath and focused. He focused so hard that it felt like the apples were falling in slow motion. Layden hit all three apples right in the middle. Siegfried once again felt the same unease. Turns out that Layden's eyes had changed into a glowing orange, different from his usual dark brown, and his pupils were oval, not round. Siegfried pulled him aside and said, "Never do that again, especially not inside the kingdom." Confused, Layden nodded. 10 years passed. It was Layden's 17th birthday. Everyone in the village cherished him. He had finally grown into a fine young man. That night, after the day-long celebration, Layden couldn't sleep. He had been having nightmares every night. In them, something or someone was talking to him in a weird language that he didn't understand. He saw a faint image of himself, but different, destroying the village, the kingdom, and fighting Siegfried, the person he cared about most.
Over time, his behavior changed. He became easily angered, aggressive, and impatient. People started avoiding him. Worried about Layden's condition, Siegfried went to check on him. Layden was asleep. Seeing that, Siegfried gently closed the door, but Layden mumbled something in his sleep. Siegfried brushed it off. Soon rumors spread, voices echoing in the night time. Something is lurking in the village, perhaps a monster. Knights from the capital arrived to investigate. One of them was Siegfried's old nemesis, who came to mock Siegfried for abandoning the kingdom and his comrades. Siegfried remained calm, but not Layden. Furious that someone dared insult the person dearest to him, Layden lost his temper. When the knight shoved Siegfried, Layden shoved back, defending him. The knight saw this as an assault and drew his sword. He struck Siegfried down, blood spilled onto the dirt. Layden stood frozen. When the knight turned to strike again, a dark aura burst from Layden. His eyes turned orange, horns grew from his head, and his hands transformed into claws. The knights tried to stop him. They failed miserably. Covered in blood, Layden muttered something in a distorted voice. Siegfried clenched his fists. He recognized that ancient language. It was dragon's tongue. He knew what it meant. It was a declaration. I am back. Siegfried shouted for Layden to stop. Hearing his voice, Layden trembled. His dragon form vanished, his eyes dimmed, and he collapsed.
A day passed. Layden woke up inside a ruined temple, one that strangely felt familiar. A magical cage surrounded him. From the shadows, Siegfried appeared. He told Layden the truth. That day when the dragon's eye hit the village, it didn't just carry wrath. It carried a piece of the All-Father's soul. That fragment had fused with Layden. Siegfried had no choice. To keep everyone safe, he had to seal him. He began chanting an incantation in dragon tongue. Layden understood. He didn't resist. As the spell took effect, Siegfried sobbed.
I'm sorry, little one.
He said. It's okay, Layden replied. You always treated me like a son, even in my darkest time. As the sealing spell completed, Layden spoke one final time. Thank you, Father. Then, silence.
Siegfried returned to the village. The king gifted him the title Dragon Slayer. The name Layden became a whisper, a forgotten tale, but in the hearts of those who truly knew, a heavy truth remained. An innocent child was lost that day, a child who held a special place in the heart of a dragon slayer.